Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video on the channel. We do have something today that is very FIFA related, but not related to anything that we usually talk about. A lot of you guys have been asking me. Obviously, I've been out of the stream for a little bit. The good news is that hopefully my whole setup and everything is going to be better by, I think, tonight. So I think either tonight or tomorrow we'll be back with the normal schedule and probably even more grinding since I have no more worries and stuff. But yesterday, guys, something pretty big in the community happened, and I feel like ignoring it or not discussing it is definitely the wrong way to go about it. And I want to give you guys my thoughts on it because I feel like a lot of you guys, whether or not you think I'm overconfident saying this, I feel like a lot of you guys like to hear at times my voice and my opinions on certain things. So I'm going to present that for you guys today, and I'm going to be brutally honest about everything that's been going on in the FIFA community and with EA and just kind of like everything. I'm not here to be friends with anybody. I'm not here to, be unnecessarily toxic. I'm just going to be real with you guys and tell you guys how I feel about it. So if you guys don't know already, yesterday, Kurt, who is an ex-professional player, and I would say Kurt and I are on pretty good terms in terms of like our relationship. But I understand at times why people are hesitant, I guess, to maybe like interact with him because he's very passionate, right? He's very passionate about what he does, and he's an entertainer, right? So that's Kurt, and that's his personality. And there have been times where some people have thought that Kurt has gone over the line on the internet potentially. And I think at the end of the day, the dude has a really good heart and the right intentions. And I understand. I guess I understand yesterday what happened, but in my opinion, EA went completely over the line. And here's why. All right, so Kurt yesterday, guys, logged on to Ultimate Team. And basically, this is the first time I've ever seen EA do this. They disabled his account. Now, if any of you guys are watching this video that don't really know how meaningful this is, guys, FIFA Ultimate Team is not a game where you can just log on like COD and get skins or CSGO. You literally have to spend a lot of time, and sometimes if you're not talented in terms of being able to be amazing at the game to win money, win drafts and stuff, or trade with the virtual currency, you have to spend money. So I know that for a fact, Kurt had invested multiple $1,000s in the beginning of the year, I think, or at least $500. I don't want to speak 100%. Which in hindsight to him is not much, but to the average person is ridiculous that this game is pay to play. So his account, when he logged on yesterday, said, your account has been permanently blocked from the product due to a violation of EA's terms of service. And then he got sent an email. We want to notify you that we found your EA account to be in violation of our user agreement. Specifically, your account was found to be in violation of terms focused on harassment, real-life violence, or physically threatening. After receiving multiple reports and reviewing recent comments made online by EA employees, we have found them threatening or harassing in nature. Due to the repeated nature of threats over time, the severity of the violation has led us to permanently close your account effective immediately. So this is the first time I've ever seen this happen. And I honestly think that this crossed the line a little bit because they have given him... Look, right, Kurt used to be a pro player. They banned him from the pro scene. And looking back on it, that was one of the stupidest things they could have ever done. Kurt really has a bad relationship with one person, and that person is Corey. I don't know his last name, but I think he's an ex-community manager. And that leads me to my first problem where this guy, man, I don't understand. I get really bad vibes from him because I don't understand what he does anymore. He doesn't really talk. I don't want to be a dickhead, but to be a lack of better words, like, what does he do? Because this guy, Corey, used to be a community manager. I always had weird vibes about him. Him and another guy named Zara were the community managers. Zara was much more communicate. I can't even speak. Much more communicative with us, and I think that he was a little bit more open. Whereas I just never got that vibe from Corey. So my first problem is that I really feel like this is his complaints, and I would have wished that they could have settled their issue without having to do this. I don't understand why EA had to do all this publicly, and they couldn't talk aside to Kurt and at least talk it, not even necessarily work it out, but just talk it through to a certain level, because I feel like EA has done everything with Kurt in the public eye. And what I don't understand is what they don't see about their decisions, right? Because their decision from the company/corporate side of thing is representing a problem with one dude and another dude, right? Now, I'm sure that Corey doesn't really care about this Kurt guy. He probably just blocks him out of his life, but that's their issue, and I don't understand why there's this, representation. What I guess I'm trying to say is my genuine opinion is that a lot of this stuff coming from EA side of things is Corey behind this EA's name. That's my guess. Now, I could get some backfire for saying that, but that's really how I feel about this. This seems to be their problem. But every time Kurt gets in trouble, it's behind the EA alias, right? And that's tough for me to see. I wish that I'm more of a person that if you have a problem with somebody, you work it out together. Now, I don't have a problem with anybody. I'm just telling you guys, I get weird vibes from this dude. That's it. I don't got a problem with him, man. I really don't. But I'm blocked on Twitter by him, and I got blocked, I think, a couple weeks ago. Somebody said, check Corey's Twitter, and I checked his Twitter, and I was blocked. And I never personally have followed this dude. I think I followed him for a week or two in hopes of getting information about FIFA, and then he ended up tweeting about Manchester United, and I just was like, okay, I'm not getting information here. This is why I followed the guy, and I didn't get the info that I wanted to follow, right? So that's how Twitter works. If you follow somebody and you don't enjoy what they're posting, you unfollow them, right? That's how social media works. So my first problem with all of this is, like, I guess point one would be, look, this whole thing here, I think this is a step too far. The ban on Kurt, okay, I get it, right? Like, maybe he crossed the line, and that's your professional scene. But what I want to say here is that, look, everybody should have the freedom to play this damn game, right? Like, on their account, I understand this part of this. I think this is very stretched harassment or board. Like, I get it, but it is tough. This one is tough, and I think my first problem here is that this, right? And this is what EA tweeted out yesterday. Now, you guys might not be able to see this, but it says in November 19, after a series of code of conduct violations as a part of the EA Sports FIFA Global Series, in which he threatened employees and other players, Kurt was banned from competing or attending any of EA Sports FIFA global events or future competitions. Since that time, Kurt has continued to post abusive and threatening messages and videos about EA employees and competitive players on social media, and he has encouraged others to do the same. His messages have crossed the line of decency into very personal attacks and breach our terms of service, which is, like, that's how companies work. When they set a terms of service and you breach them, they have the total ability to get rid of you. That's how these things work in modern day. We will not tolerate threatening behavior. As a result, today, Kurt is banned from our accounts. We build games and communities. All right, so this is where I have a problem, right? EA always find a way to mess up, and that's a big point in my video today. And I want to talk about with this. My main point of this video today is not about Kurt, right? This Kurt thing is awful, and honestly, like, I don't fuck with EA for the decision. And the bigger part of the video today is that EA is really turning into a tyranny, and it's really bad. And I want the internet to see that, because there's been so many things that they have done this year that we'll talk about in a little. So this is my first problem, right? Now, this is from the official EA Twitter account, guys. I don't know why, first of all, they tweeted it from this account, because in my opinion, this should be from EA Sports FIFA, right? This is FIFA's division. This is from their $5.5 million follower main account. Here's where I have a problem with this statement, right? If they want to come out and say this, that's fine. But this is always what EA does. At the end of the day, they always want to make money and always want to make themselves seem like the good guy. They're like the manipulative partner in the relationship of a girl, of whoever, right? And they're always manipulating things. So we build games and communities for players to have fun. Now, I gotta be real with you. I'm not gonna sit here and say FIFA 20 is the worst. Guys, this game, if you play it, is not really fun this year. It's not. It's not fun, and it's not been fun for a couple years. And I think for them to come out and say creating a safe and enjoyable experience for everyone without fear of harassment or abuse is a vital part, they have to stop saying this stuff, man, because the way that this game is set up with all of the problems in the gameplay, this game is a bridge to mental health problems, message abuse on PlayStation. Because of the inconsistencies within this game, it forces a lot of rage upon players that is not healthy. So there's nothing healthy really about this game unless you alter your mindset to not care, which is sad, but that's kind of a lot of us at this point. We have had to alter our mindsets out of that caring aspect and just not care anymore. So our terms of service include a code of conduct that we ask players to abide by. to keep our communities healthy and safe. We have ongoing focus to create communities where everyone feels safe and respected, including in-game toxicity reporting tools as well as new moderation. So here's where I have a large problem, man. And like, look, EA and Kurt have their own issues, right? But this is where it stems towards something way freaking bigger for me. We are open to feedback and constructive criticism as always welcome. We encourage anyone who would like to share their thoughts on our games and services to visit our official EA forums. All right, so I want to talk to you guys about this real quick. For the last year now, and specifically last summer heading into this game, there was a large discussion amongst the community about dynamic difficulty. If you guys don't know what dynamic difficulty is, basically it's the way in which a game developer / software developer can code a game to add in preset things like momentum, handicaps, and things like that, right? And if you play this game, there is a very large chance that EA have signed an NDA, which is an agreement that they can't talk about something amongst the company and outside the company. So there's a very large chance that that is in the game, and they will just never admit it because obviously it will ruin their sales. But they've already had multiple interviews where there has been some things that have come out about this game, like momentum in the past. And look, I think if you play this game, you have to know that something like that is in this game. I see pro players that disagree with that, and they say, well, the game just sucks and it's inconsistent. But ladies and gentlemen, there are so many times where you are using the best player in the game, and you hit the post at a right angle multiple times in the game. It's not like one post and then you start scoring. It's like almost every post, right? There are certain things where, you know, when you score right away, you get more likely to get scored on right away, right? And that's the whole deal of kickoff and EA keeping the game close. And you would ask, why would EA put this thing of dynamic in the game? They would do something like that so games were closer, and then the average player felt like they were a better player and continued to play over time. There's been things that have come out, like rumors like dynamic pack weight, right? Where if you don't log on for a month and you log on after a month, you get an insane pack pull because EA want to get you in. And so all in all, as I'm rambling, the point of that, what I was talking about, because I had to take a break to get away from that. EA basically, guys, every single thing that people would post on the EA forums about dynamic difficulty and things like that was getting banned. And the community moderator came out and said, you guys can't keep talking about things like that on this forum. So, guys, look, that is fine, right? And I think that's messed up within itself, that you're not allowed to speak about a game how you feel. But if they want to be that way and shut you up, then please don't come out and say in your announcement on your main Twitter with 5.5 million followers that you're open to feedback. And we encourage people to write on our forum. No. Because you can't look, EA, you can't have it best of both worlds. If you want to keep people quiet, okay, and you want to shut people up, that's fine. But you can't come out and say some shit like this, man. This really triggered me and rubbed me the wrong way yesterday. This is what I tweeted out. And this is how many people saw what I was seeing, right? They're either lying or not aware that they are banning things on their forums so that people don't talk about it, right? So if you want to go that route of being a tyranny, that's fine, but don't say that you're not going about it, right? So it's gross, man. That's the thing that I saw yesterday that was gross. And I tweeted out a little bit about it yesterday because, look, we this year have been at our own war with people not messing with content creators and people wanting to put people down and all that. Look, I'm not in this vibe to be putting everybody in the world down. What I will say about this is that there are some people that are not giving it their all to come out about these guys, man. Everybody knows, man, if you have been in this industry for 2-3+ years, man, the direction that this shit is going in. And it's not a good direction. It is a bad direction. Let's, aside from this, man, this Kurt thing bridges open to a much larger problem, which is that EA, man, are every single day, more and more, taking advantage of the only football creator. Because, look, this game drives their game sales. I know Apex had a good quarter, a good couple quarters. The amount of money that is made on this game is disgusting. It is disgusting how much they make off of this. That brings me to my next point, right? And let's talk about this one as I drop my controller. But this is an important point, right? Guys, look, EA, man, are the literal kings of what would you say? Stalling, or not stalling, but getting around things. Let me show you these promo packs, right? 2 years ago, EA legally had to provide pack probabilities. You know what they did? They loopholed. Look what happens now when there's a promo. Foot shapeshifters player, less than 1%. So this has been a problem that everybody in the community has memed, even myself, for a while. But nothing's happened. It's been a year and a half, man. So there is no difference between what we had before and what we have now. Usually when you go into the store, a couple years ago in FIFA, there was nothing that showed the percentages. Now, We don't see a percentage. It's just less than 1%. And so to the people watching this video, guys, as much as we joke around about that, that could be 1 in 200,000. You know? It could be 1 in 200,000 in the morning, and at night, they could change it to 1 in 1,000, right? But at the end of the day, it's still less than 1%. So you can't see when the best time to open packs is. And that's why this is my first point. This is tyrannical. This is so manipulative. It is so disgustingly gross. It's gross. There's no pack info even after this. And so this brings me to my next point, right? Yesterday, this got some big traction on Twitter, which is good. Keemstar, in my opinion, probably the most popular dude on the internet reporting news, basically tweeted out that he wants to do a documentary with Kurt versus EA. Now, I get the assumption from Keemstar that he doesn't like EA. So this is good, right? This will bring some attention to everything. I got to be real with you guys. This is not nearly enough, right? And people on Twitter are thinking that this is going to start a revolution, a war. I hate to say it. It's not enough. Here is what is the only way that EA will ever change, okay? In Belgium, loot boxes got banned. Ladies and gentlemen, the second that EA starts losing money is when they have to change. If there are certain legal precautions and things that will happen in the future, there has already been articles and potentials. If this is going to happen in Europe, where this becomes a world, a continent-wide thing where loot boxes get banned so people can't open packs, they will have to change. I am being real with you guys. That is the only way that they will change. Until that point, they will continue to hide up in Vancouver or wherever else behind these EA aliases and protected with lawyers and a lot of money, because there's nothing that anybody, you and me, can do because these dudes have money. And that's why it's a tyranny, because there's nothing that we can say, all right, to change things. Now, at times, we'll say one thing and they'll pick up on it, right? And they act like the heroes. Oh, we listen to you. We listen to you, right? That's my next point, okay? They created this year, guys, a Twitter called EA FIFA Direct, right? And they have not used it. They probably have less than 500 tweets, which for a calendar year is ridiculous for a community site to have less than 500 tweets for almost a full calendar year of a game. Now, I don't follow this Twitter because I just don't like the people running it. Let me see how many tweets they have. 112 tweets, man. They have 112 tweets this year, right? This is like the one thing that I actually liked right here, but it was still ridiculous. Guys, this is the next problem. There are so many mistakes with this company. Every single day, they're messing up, and it's lazy. This happened last week, right? They updated, basically, if you don't know anything about FIFA, because I'm assuming there's going to be some people that watch this that don't know anything about FIFA. There are these live road to the final cards, basically, for the Champions League, which is an ongoing cup, and they upgrade based on the team's performance, right? EA specifically said for the Europa League, which is a part of the whole Champions League situation, that they will not upgrade after a certain first win. Some of these teams won after the first game, and they upgraded. Can you imagine what happened to them on the market? People got surprised and bought them. 20 minutes later, EA came out and said, no, our mistake. We're going to downgrade them, and people lost thousands of coins. Now, coins aren't just some, virtual currency. They do hold real value. You can still go on and sell your coins for real-life money. So that is kind of more of the problem, is that there is actual value with coins in this game. So, first couple problems with this thing, man. EA forums are lying, SBC mistakes. I guess to circle back to a little bit about these community managers, right? My biggest problem is that I spoke about this the other day, and look, I got blocked by one of the community managers. I don't know if he still is, but this guy goes by the name of Corey, right? I got blocked by him, and I don't know why. I'm assuming because he didn't like my energy, and maybe what I had to say. And what I had to say was that a couple weeks ago it was brought to my attention. Basically, everybody who works at EA is verified on Twitter for the most part. I think from what I have heard, is that he had gone and made another account, right? And his account didn't get a lot of traction. So then he basically went back to his old account, which was his work account, and said, hey, this is going to be a personal account. The problem with that, guys, and the way that industry works, right? Think about you guys. You guys have subscribed to me for FIFA or football purposes, right? That's why you have subscribed to me. What if I turned into a dance teacher and said, hey, this is going to be a dance class from now on, and you guys need to not be toxic and follow by that, right? And that's even a little bit of a sugarcoat, because I'm not, employed by a company to work that job. So basically what had happened was that he had gone back to this account and said, hey, this is a personal account now. I'm going to tweet about things I like. And, yeah, that's what happened. He made it a private account. So it's just, man, that's what I'm talking about, the weird vibes with this dude. And I understand why maybe him and Kurt had a lot of beef. But, again, I wish they had talked about it. Those two, man. And even if it was toxic, they should have talked shit through, because I feel like it had resorted into this guy just going to EA and saying, hey, EA, ban him from competitive. Hey, EA, ban this. Hey, EA, we got to ban his account. We need to let this guy go. And the sad part is I feel like if Kurt makes another account today, they ban it, right? I think that's what I'm going to, even if he makes a Road to Glory today, they're still going to ban it. This going upon this Kurt thing is I don't understand why they would ban him, right? This dude is one of the most popular people in the community, right? Like, he's a guy that at the end of the day, let's be honest, right? And as much as he's not going to want to admit it, he promotes this game, right? We all promote this game. I tweeted out yesterday that I feel fucked up for promoting this game because I hate these guys that work here. And I feel like every day that I log on or I get views that more people are playing this game because of me. I hate that shit, man. I want to play another game, but it's facts, right? So I guess going upon that, there's been so much more that has happened that is good, right? This is good stuff, but it's not enough, right? And I tweeted out about this yesterday. I said, sup EA Sports Monday paper, right? Look at this, right? World's best FIFA player. This is Tex. Well, I love this kid, man. He looks like Luke Skywalker right here, but I love this kid, right? He's a god at this game. He just interviewed basically and said, no one enjoys playing this game and that anybody can win. And what I find really messed up about all this situation, right? And I love Tex. Tex is their golden guy. He doesn't necessarily want to be that, but they make so much money off promoting this kid. It's ridiculous. They promote him for everything, right? And that's good because he's super popular. That's why they do it. But the problem, the line here is why I have a problem, right? This is tyrannical because they're going to keep him because it works for them. When Kurt says something about it, they're going to drop him because it doesn't work for their money, right? They know that they're nothing. And this is why this is a good spot, right? Competitive FIFA at the moment is the only way for these guys to voice their opinions on how their game is represented, right? Me sitting on a video doesn't do much. It's not like EA is going to do anything, right? They might watch the video, but it's not like they can do anything. If these pro players keep going to these events and look miserable, I want you guys to go watch one of these events at some point. I know they don't get a lot of viewers, and pretty much less than, if there's not a reward in there, they get less viewers than I do on a promo Friday. But I want you to watch one of these events at some point, right? And I got friendships with a lot of these pro players, and they don't like it, man. They like at this moment, it's really, really a tough situation for them. And I got love for them, and I feel bad for them because it's all down to EA and what they provide. Let's be real for a sec, right? Go watch one of these events and look at the faces on everybody, man. Everybody's stressed out, looking depressed, man. It's like, it's bad, bro. It's bad, man. It's really bad. So this is a good step, but again, the only way that EA is going to change is if they lose money. We need to find a way that legislation keeps getting pushed so that people can really figure out how messed up these pack odds and percentages are, because that's really bad. Now, EA also tweeted out yesterday about asking for feedback on this game, and then them always giving it. The fact of the matter is, EA once a month comes out of the ground and says, hey, you know what? We want some feedback on this. Can you give it to us? So we ask them things. We say, hey, right? We say, hey, can you tell us about this? Can you tell us about that? We don't really hear anything back. Once we ask them something, it's gone, bro. They go back into the hole. They go back under the ground because they did their job, right? That's what they're supposed to do, maybe contracted. So the rebuttal to this whole video is that EA is probably going to say, well, we're addressing servers. Guys, servers have been an issue in this game for so long now. It's not even funny. If you guys have never played FIFA, please come play this game because you will know what the input delay is. All right? The input delay regarding this game is horrendous, man. It is horrendous, right? In Call of Duty, you shoot somebody. You might have lag, but at least when you shoot somebody, there's going to be bullets registering. Sometimes when you play this damn... Guys, there are people who play this game with live controllers on their screen, right? I'm not going to name names, but they play with controllers on their screen so they can show the viewers that their commands are not working because the delay is so bad with the game. So EA tweeted out the other day about servers, right? I think they tweeted about servers. So they added 3 FIFA data centers to track their performances. This doesn't necessarily mean they added servers to make gameplay better. They're just tracking performance of servers, right? Guys, this tweet, man, I don't understand. Like, this took people in the community going to Vancouver to discuss this stuff. Complaints every day, every hour of the day to do this, man. And this has been like a 4 to 5 year in the makes, dude. It took 4 to 5 years for us to get this tweet. Crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. This is why my thing about them and this whole tyranny, man. Look, I guess 2 last problems that I have, right? There are people, okay, that are still not discussing any of this. And I don't know if it's to not be cool. I don't know if it's because they're actually just really content with the game. That's fine. I can't make anybody else say anything else besides myself, right? That's life. You can't just make people say certain things. You can't bully people to say certain shit. The fact is, man, I see it so hard that if there has been certain people that have been playing this game for 5 years or 6 years or 10 years or 3 years to not see this damn direction that we're going in. And we gotta, as a community, man, we gotta forget about the bag for a second, dude. And like, call this shit out, man. It's bad. This is so tyrannical, man. It's gross. It really is gross, guys, like where this company is heading. And it's almost like every single week, this stuff gets worse, man. Worse, worse, worse every week. I'm seeing this thing going downhill every week, right? One more ban, one less tweet out from them about something, one more mistake. It's not going in the proper direction. And the problem is, as this thing is spiraling downhill, EA are still dropping promos every single Friday, man. That really is the problem, right? We get this lull after the Weekend League, which is the 30-game competition for the weekends, that people get upset with the game. And then, they complain a couple days and then EA drop a promo on Friday, right? And I am a victim to this. I'm not saying on this video that I am perfect, man. At the end of the day, I create content and I promote this shit, and like it is a fact. I really do promote this game. And that sucks that it's got to be that way, but I wanted to tell you guys, man, that this is really how I feel. And I'm at a loss, man, because this is the first time I ever made a title or put something like this on a video. Tyranny, right? Or tyrannical. Exercising power in a cruel way. What else is it, man? If it's not tyranny, you guys tell me what it is, man. And I don't know who you fuck with, or I don't know who you don't fuck with. But this is bad, man. And I'm not here to harass people. I'm not here to do anything. I'm here to call people out on their bullshit. This is bullshit, man. This is bullshit. This has gone way too far with EA. And I think that they are actually scared that, although you could say from both sides of things, I personally think what Kurt has done, there are some things, obviously, that everybody would say are questionable. But at the end of the day, he's entertaining as hell. He's a great content creator, right? I told him, man, when they banned him from the pro scene, I'm like, dude, you need to take advantage of this opportunity and start grinding content because you're very entertaining and you're a great player, right? They're messing up, man, by taking this kid away from everybody, dude. I'm telling you. And it's creating a larger divide than there ever has been between EA and other things, right? I guess my last problem is that I want to talk one quickly thing about this, right? And I might get some backlash for this. I know that there are game changers in this game, right? And I know that game changers are basically people that EA invite on board to work to work with them about bringing stuff. I know for a fact that there are some people in that program that work their ass off, right? I think that EA needs to create a more open dialogue with people like me, who's not a game changer, and other viewers of mine that maybe you have no idea about game changers, and let us know what they're talking about. We don't know, man. So I'm not going to sit here and call out people on their bullshit saying, oh, he's a game changer, he doesn't do jack shit, right? I'm not that person. I'm saying, yo, let's hear a little bit more about what they're talking about and working hard on, because a lot of the time I hear from these game changers on Twitter, we're working really hard. We're in Discords. We're talking about stuff. Let's hear what that feedback is. And can we hear from EA? Because the people outside the Game Changer Network are lost right now. I don't hear about anything from EA. The only times I hear about EA is when, like, I couldn't even tell you, man. That's the problem. I couldn't even tell you. I don't know what these guys do. It's just, man, it's like, it's come to me at the point where delay gameplay is so bad. The competitive scene is so in the goddamn mud. And now we have these people, man, at EA who think they're damn celebrities, dude, working there. Man, they have a service to provide to us. This is their job. They need to tell us how things are going, what's coming in the future. All right? Like, it's a little bit manipulative, man. I'm tired of it, too. I'm really tired of this manipulation all day, man. So, I don't know if this video gets me banned or whatever, dude. I'm just saying the facts, guys. This is the facts, though, man. These guys are every single week. It's becoming more of a tyranny. It's becoming more manipulative. Everything about this game at the moment is manipulative. I got to be real with you, and I'll close out the video saying a couple things. I'm going to tell you something right now, whether you like it or not. Every damn SBC these guys release is now based on market values and moving certain markets or crashing certain things. Every single Team of the Week selection from these guys. Right? Team of the Week is a weekly Team of the Week from the weekend. There's a lot of times somebody has a hat trick on the weekend, and they don't get into Team of the Week. And that is because these guys are manipulating every goddamn thing, man. Every damn thing. Right? Every single thing, man. So, I'm lost, man. I'm really tired of these guys, man. And I want you guys to know how I feel about all this. I'm not dodging certain things. Obviously, I think that what EA did against Kurt, man, you guys could have your opinions and you can let me know. I think that they're making another big mistake, man. It's not the right way to go with this dude to create a relationship that is toxic and negative because of a disagreement between two people. It's not the right way to do it, man. It's not. And okay, if they had problems, man, they got to talk about it. They can't just every time they have a problem put out some tweet from the main EA account in front of millions of people, right? It's like spreading a problem that you have with somebody to 200 other people for them to decide or for them to see it. No, if you have a problem with somebody in real life, you go fucking talk to them. That's how you do things. I've had problems with people in this community, and I've gone to their DMs and said, "Yo, I don't like you doing this to me. I don't like you posting that about me." I've done it, man. It doesn't take balls, really, man. Just go talk to the person, bro. Golly. Let me know what you guys think about the video. That's what I got today, man. I got bullet points, manipulation, community manager, self-account promoting, clout chasing, EA forums lying, SBC mistakes, pack odds changing, no info, Keemstar video, we need more loot bans, Golden Boys, people are scared. That was a note that I made because it's a term that is used in this community about Golden Boys, and certain creators not saying anything, right? But again, as I've said, I can't make certain people talk, right? That's not my position. Not my position. Text article, we talked about that, asking for feedback, never hear anything, 10 patches per year, competitive FIFA down our throat, right? EA are trying to push this competitive FIFA. We don't have casual FIFA anymore. If you play FIFA, it's division rivals or foot champions. That's it. There's no tournaments. There's nothing anymore. There's no casual FIFA, and that's because EA want to make as many competitive kids to put on their live events as possible, and now you can see those guys are depressed and they don't even enjoy it. Speaking for the majority. Pack sales higher than ever, promos every single Friday, EA FIFA direct issues, and then finally, tyranny. Thank you guys for watching the video today. Let me know what you guys think. Talk soon. Bye-bye.